Hello and welcome to the first review for my site and YouTube channel called ChinesePho.com. Today we look at a phone from one of the major Chinese manufacturers, Elephone, namely its C1 model. I've got this phone from Antelife, from their European warehouse, for around $120, which makes it quite a cheap phone. What you see first is the packaging, which is actually quite nice. It's a nice, small, white stylish box, and I was surprised how nice it feels. And now, when I've received 3 Chinese phones already, I can say that all Chinese phones are packaged this well. Inside the box you cannot find anything fancy. Only the phone, one micro USB cable, wall charger, and a small pin for SIM card tray removal. Here we can see the phone's specifications, which should put it somewhere at the lower end of the market. What's interesting is its price, which is $120, and that the display is 5.5 inch. I was really amazed how nice this phone feels in my hand. The build quality is really solid. Nothing is moving and everything holds in place. And what's interesting the most is that the back of the phone feels like a touchpad of a MacBook Air. Given the size of the phone, it might be a bit hard to reach to all the buttons. You've got one power button and volume buttons. The phone has one micro USB port, a microphone, and a slot for your headphones, 3.5mm jack. At the back, under the camera, you can find the fingerprint sensor, which works really well. It's fast, it unlocks the phone almost instantly, and it gives a nice feedback with vibration. I cannot say a word against the phone's 5.5 inch display, which looks really nice. The colors and the brightness are pretty okay, and it's nice to look at the display. Now I'll show you a few photos I've taken with the phone. You can watch them now. Their quality is pretty much average when you compare it to something like iPhone or Google Pixel C, but for a phone which costs a little bit over $100, I think the camera is satisfactory. The phone's camera has a resolution of 30 megapixels. The phone can also take videos at 720p. You can see an example now. At first, when I was using the phone, I felt like the phone was fast enough. Now when I have Yumi Diamond and Doogie Shoot 1 to compare Elephone C1 to, I can say that Elephone is a bit slow. It's not that bad, and if you don't care about playing games, it's fast enough. I was surprised by how long this phone can run on its battery power. I was able to run it for a day and a half, and I was even playing games and running some benchmarks during this period, and still I got to 1 day and a half, which is really nice. I would say that the phone's audio reproduction qualities are average. Not bad, not good, but average. As you can hear, the loudspeakers are reasonably loud enough. I would say that's pretty good for $120. GPS responsiveness is a bit worse. It takes the phone around 2 minutes to get an accurate fix, but once it gets a fix, it works reasonably well. I have tested this both with Waze and Runkeeper, and both ran reasonably well. The GPS is not as good as in an iPhone, but still for a cheap Chinese phone, I would say it's pretty good. When I compare this phone to others I'm testing now, I would pick Elephone C1 over Yumi Diamond, and I'm still not sure about which one would win, whether Doogie Shoot 1 or Elephone C1. To sum this all up, Elephone C1 is a good phone. For $120, it's one of the cheapest phones available. And at the end, I'm really satisfied by what this phone can offer. For me, a huge benefit is the fingerprint sensor, at the back of the phone. Honestly, the phone is not something you would want to play demanding 3D games on, but it's an okay phone for your mom or your dad, if you don't care about how big it is. It's 5.5 inch, which really is a difference between 5.5 inch on this phone and, for example, 4.5 inch on an iPhone 5S. This means I'll give Elephone C1 4 points out of 5 possible. Thanks for watching and see you later when I talk a bit about Yumi Diamond or Doogie Shoot 1, which are phones I already have at home, and even more are on their way. Thank you! See you later, ChinesePho.com.